In this video, we go over a summary of locating access controls. So take a look at this and identify any physical or logical access controls that might take place. Pause this video and do this on your own and then come back for discussion. All right, so there are many different access controls that we have in place here. The company's gate is a physical access control, preventing just anyone from getting access to our organization. Another access control is the human guard that's going to ensure that no one is climbing our walls or whatever. Even after getting past the company's gate, we still need to get into the building door. So there could be a lobby where we are able to walk in and check in with an assistant that's at the front. Or if maybe there's not a lobby, but we need to use keycard access to gain access to that. And so that would be both physical access and logical access if you're using the keycard. You could even have biometric authentication like facial scans or fingerprint scans as ways to authenticate your entrance into the building. So once you're inside the building, maybe you have access to a computer or a server or maybe the data center. So the data center, we could have additional access controls of like a key card or a fingerprint or facial recognition. On your systems, you're going to use your password or your two-factor, multi-factor authentication to gain access to that system. And multi-factor authentication should be enabled. From my research, 30 to 60 days is sufficient time to force users to re-enter their multi-factor authentication code. Anything shorter than that just irritates users and doesn't really add any additional security. Remotely, we are going to also have authentication such as logical access through VPNs to ensure that only those that gain access to our internal network from remote are those that are able to successfully log onto a VPN. And that's going to ensure that traffic is encrypted even if a user is using an insecure network. For users that aren't using VPNs that want to gain access to information on our network, for example, our web server, to be able to interact and purchase things, we're going to have access controls through logical access, through passwords and multi-factor authentication, etc. All this is housed in that circle that you see there with the 4 servers, which is called the demilitarized zone, and we're going to have firewalls preventing access to the internal network, but we also have firewalls blocking a lot of suspicious traffic from gaining access to this web server. So you can see here there are quite a few logical and physical access controls to ensure the security of a company's network data systems and infrastructure. So is there any danger in relying completely on access controls? So pause this video, think about it for a second, and then come back for a discussion. All right, welcome back. There is a lot of dangers of just relying on access controls because a lot of times you might have humans in your organization that have ulterior motives, or they might be disgruntled and they might have complete access to a system, but they've been mistreated, and so now they're lashing out against your organizational data. So you need to have other controls in place to ensure that even if the correct access has been granted to certain individuals, that when they do things that are contrary to the goals of our organization, we have ways to restore or reset back to before these changes were made by disgruntled employees. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to click the links here to watch the next video of the playlist, continue to the next playlist, or subscribe.